JV volleyball at Concordia at 5:30 and varsity at Concordia at 6:30 p.m. Football, we have middle school football at Pawnee at 10 a.m. Varsity football versus Conroe Covenant, 12 p.m. at Brian Allen Academy. See you at the poll. 7:30 a.m. on Wednesday. Cool. So, if you are ages 11, 12, or 13 and you love to draw, you can sign up for this drawing contest with Miss Rose. The next two slides should be pictures of previous winners. That is discouraging classmates.
Those are hand-washs.
Don't make people do that. From the pages of SMA history. Our school colors, green and purple, were chosen by the daughter of our founder and first president, Dr. J. Ann Carroll, to reflect the beautiful colors of the mountain laurel, which grows all over Central Texas. Green and purple of the laurel are the opening words of the Academy's alma mater, which was written in 1953 by two members of the Academy faculty. Also, one-act play auditions 7 to 9 tomorrow, I believe. You can sign up with Mr. Hannum in room 214.
All right. So there's your weekend plans. We do have some birthdays today. Today is my mom is here. Jocelyn Reyes Darley. Where you at, Jocelyn? No, you're here today?
It's online school.
Oh, well, happy birthday. She's online. Woo! We're sending you happy birthday drinks. Okay, and then Wednesday is Samuel. Where's Samuel at? Huh? I'm listening. I just heard it. Testimony. There you go. Okay, there we go. Happy birthday. And then also on Wednesday is Evan Shaw. There we go. All right, guys, we're gonna just dive right in here with this way. Okay, so this month we've been giving time and attention to overcoming uniformity and diversity. And so I want to get straight down to it. But before we do it, let me pray. Okay? All right, let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, I thank you so much for this school, this campus, and these students, and the faculty and staff that make this place what it is. I pray that this morning our words would be yours, not mine. And I pray that our hearts would be open to hear you, not me. I know I don't have much to say, but God, I know you do. So Lord, may I be your vessel this morning, and be your word. It's in your holy and precious name I pray. Amen. Okay, so I'm sure you were all aware that our nation is kind of going through some very difficult times. And, it's not, as if the pandemic is not enough. Let's throw on a whole bunch of other things that have kind of come to the surface. Issues, serious issues like racism, trust in authority, and identity. And on top of all that, it's an election year, so yay. But a pandemic would have been enough to walk through, but regardless, these issues are necessary for us to talk about. We should be navigating them. The fact that we are where we are shows that we've been ignoring heartfelt issues for far too long. So now for an honest truth, okay? I am a white American married woman from the West, okay? I know, big surprise, right? That's who I am. That's part of who I am. Not everything about who I am, but that is me. I'm standing here. I'm not someone who can speak to you or testify, give you a testimony as a person that these issues has touched. I wish that I could, but I cannot. share with you is the God I know and how he relates to these issues that are impacting our world right now. At 16 years old, I broke the family mold. We were not well off. My family struggled. We were a military family. We moved often. But at 16 years old, I begged, pleaded for my parents to give me permission to go on a mission trip. And so I traveled to Peru without my family to join God in what he was doing there. It was there that I learned that God was everywhere. I fully knew what he was doing in my heart and my corner of the world, but when I crossed that equator and saw that God was present and actively working right there, knowing he was back at home with me too, it changed and challenged my world. There was no jet lag or time differences with God's presence, but he was fully present everywhere. It blew my mind. And in those moments, I felt more connected to the Peruvians I worshipped with than the language or the skin color that separated us. Our faith and our hope in Jesus Christ was enough to connect us together. I'm sorry, this is annoying. Very annoying. This spurred a deeper desire for me to connect more with others in the world. So at age 19, I boarded a plane to Frankfurt, Germany, to study in Salzburg, Austria. I was meeting up with a group of students there who came from all over the United States, from the East Coast, from the West, from the North, from the South. There was no rhyme or reason how we got put together other than we all saw the same flyer in our universities and did all of the steps necessary to board that plane. And so we met up in Frankfurt, Germany, and that began a week-long expedition across southern Germany, studying the culture and the history, all of that before school got started the following week. And so here I was on this plane, and I'm not gonna lie, I was so excited I stayed up all night long, and I kept packing my bag over and over and over again, because whatever I packed was what I was gonna have for the next 5 months. And I was just I don't know, squealing with anticipation of what was gonna come, and excited, nervous, all of that. So I stayed up all night, not on purpose, but just because I couldn't sleep. And so embarrassing. Okay. I was dead center in the plane between two large businessmen. I mean, they were in suits. I mean, if you're going to board a plane in a suit for the next 9 hours, you gotta do something important. Well, so I'm sitting between these two guys, and I'm so excited. Next thing you know, I woke up, and the plane was taking off. So I fell asleep in the time period of the boarding the plane and takeoff. And I generally fell asleep with the man next to me. Okay, but my forehead was on his shoulder. So I'm sleeping next to him like this, but not just sleeping. Okay, I'm drooling all down his arm. And I wake up, startled, and I was like, oh, you know when you've had a really deep sleep for a short period of time, and it's like your mouth doesn't function. It's like taking everything for it to wake up. It's the last thing that does. And I woke myself and I was like, I'm gonna fall there. This is so embarrassing. But that's what began our 9-hour flight to Germany. And so he didn't talk to me the rest of the time. He did wipe his shoulder off and said, it's okay, I have got this. And that was the last thing he said to me. So, but I was excited. I was headed to Europe to see what God was doing there and to learn. And after I woke up from that little thing, I said, okay, God, wait, and I prayed not to do the rest of the flight. So I prayed and I journaled and I dug into God's word and I surrendered this whole study abroad experience. I didn't want it just to be for my newly Facebook account because that was the second year Facebook was alive. But I wanted him to have ownership and for me to be his vessel for this whole experience. And so I just surrendered it and I said, God, I just pray that your will be done. It is not about me, because we glorify to you and show me what you have to teach me, so that my heart, my mind, and my spirit can be aligned with you one another. And that was my prayer. Well, that brings me to Trier. We got off the plane, and Frankfurt, met everybody else, and jumped on a bus and headed to Trier. This was our first stop in our little week expedition. And so there I met the other students, and we got to talking, we checked into our hospital, dropped our stuff off, and then all the students were like, hey, it's still daylight, it was a Sunday, let's go walking into town and see what's there. And so I'm not going to miss out on this opportunity to come sit in the hospital. So I did, I walked with them, and we walked into town. Well, on a Sunday afternoon, everything is closed. But the only thing that had its doors open was a small little German pub. So this is when I started getting kind of on edge. I want to backtrack here. High school. Like I said, raised in a military family, moved often. Well, one that I was kind of behind, like being in the know with peers in school. Because I was never rooted long enough to like hear all the gossip or hear what kids are learning. And so I kind of got this name of Goody Goody Tissues. I strived to undo that nickname. I hated it because it felt like I wasn't respected because I had this label, Goody Goody Tissue. And so in the process of trying to undo that nickname, I made terrible choices. I started associating with people who really didn't care about me, so I surrounded myself with bad associations. I made choices that put my life in danger. I was selling out, is what I was doing. I was selling out my mind, I was selling out my soul, I was selling out my heart, and even a lot of putting things in it that didn't have a place there, that weren't healthy. But then Jesus invaded my life and everything changed. And so he showed me what I was worth. So flipping back forward, here I am, standing outside this pub, and I have a choice to make. What am I doing? God, and so I opened up that lifeline with him, and I said, Lord, please, I don't know what to do. I don't want to insult these students. I don't want to, cause divisions or anything like that. I want to get to know them because here's an opportunity to love them as you love me. And so what do I do? And so I kind of huddled around a couple of girls who obviously were uncomfortable too, but we walked in. And it was harmless. We sat there, we talked, and we got to know each other. And I learned that so-and-so was from Utah, so-and-so was from Vermont. Okay, what is Vermont like? Who's African? It's not me. And so we sat there and we talked. Well, a couple of those girls was like, hey, I'm getting tired, I'm gonna go back. And I was like, here's an opportunity. I'm like sharing life with these people. This is awesome. And so I was like, well, okay, y'all come back, I'll stay here, I'll wait till they go back. It was starting to get dark. Well, they left, and then kind of everything shifted and changed. Okay, what can you tell me about a deck of cards? 52 cards. Okay, how many suits? 4. Yeah, there's 4 suits. So that means there's only 4 in each card, right? Well, I'm not a magician, so don't expect to trick right now, because that's not in. And so, the next thing I know, there's this guy. Okay, there's always that guy. Okay, his name is Charles. He was from Utah. He was actually a professional skier. So he was like the guy that everyone was kind of gravitating towards. Like all of the guys were kind of like, oh yeah, like he's so cool. And so he's what you call the gatekeeper. The person who's gonna kind of set the mood for everybody else. And so the next thing I know, they're pulling out chairs in a different part of the truck, and they got a deck of cards. And I'm like, oh, card game, ignorantly. And the next thing I know, they're like, hey, yeah, get you a beer. And I'm like, whoa, what's going on? And those girls already left, so I'm here, like, stuck. And so I was like, okay, God, I was like, this is when my heart was racing. I was like, God, I don't want this to define this experience. I want you to show up here, please. I need you. And so they take a deck of cards, and they not only don't quite know the rules of the game that they were playing, but they spread them all out in the middle of the table, and then each person had to pick a card. All the cards were face down, so you don't know what you're picking. And I'm praying hard. And I'm like, it's okay, guys, I'll sit back, I'm not going to play. And then they were like, come on, you know, all of that peer pressure. Yay, Christ, I'm holy. So then I was like, no, and then this whole kind of was just like, okay, I was like, too. And so, well, anyways, the next thing I'm praying super hard. God, come on, I need you. So it gets to be my turn, and I'm pressured to pick a card. The only card I can tell you about is the number 7. And so because I knew that I drew a number 7. And when you draw a 7, you point to heaven. And the last person to point to heaven is the person who has to take the drink. And so I know this is so crazy. I'm talking about a drinking game. Well, this is good smart. I promise. Okay, so, all right, so I drew a 7 and I pointed to heaven. Charles was the last one. So he had to take the drink. And I came all the way back around to me again, and I was like, okay, God, I need you to show up, please. Because after that first time, I was like, God, you're so good, that's okay. And so then I drew another card, and I drew a 7 on the head. Charles again, last one. And then it came back around to me, and I drew a 7. And it came back to me, and I drew a 7. Okay, how many cards, or how many suits are there in a deck? There's 4. The game kept going for 4 rounds. It came back around, and I'm praying, oh my gosh, God, I've drawn every 7. What am I going to do? God, please show up, please show up, please show up. And what happens? I draw another 7. And I went around again, and I drew another 7. Guys, this was so cool. There's no way I could pull off a magic trick, okay? And I'm sitting with about 10 other students, and I draw a 7 every single time. And the last person to point to heaven was the guy who initiated this entire thing. After that 6th, 7th, that's when he kind of like sobered up a little bit. It's like, no, maybe we should just head back. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Let's go. And so we all walked back to the hostel, and Charles kind of hung back, and he was like, so, you said you were a Christian? And I was like, yes, I love God. He is good. And I know that you can see each of that tonight, because there's no way I could have pulled all the 7s. God was leading me to point me to heaven. And we got to talk about who God was all the way back to the hostel. Turns out he, being from Utah, his only religious influence that he had seen was Mormonism. And so I got to tell him who this God is of this Bible, of who is the God of our life. And it completely dramatically changed that whole next 5 months and the relationship that I would share with him, leading him to the Lord. And so, here's what I know about God. He can be on a plane and a boat. He can be on an island and the mainland. And I'm not saying or, I'm saying and. He can be in a hut and in a pub. This is his world. He created it, he designed it, he birthed it, he fathomed it. It is his. I came across this last night. I'm going to show you a little image here. It shows the religions from 1 AD all the way to 2016. It shows that God is alive. He's working through transmission. It doesn't stop at borders. Okay? So it's going all the way. Every year is a reflection of how Christianity and other religions have spread. And so it doesn't stop at borders or tribes or even with skin color. It doesn't die with time. It grows. It expands. If God were dead, would his story be living? If God wasn't real, would this faith be stretched to the corners of the earth like it is? Like it has? If God were prejudiced, would Christianity be reflected in such diverse parts of the world? Let me just go ahead and answer this for you? No. Why? Because he is alive. He is real. And he's not prejudiced. He loves. He loves all of his creation, everything that is on this earth. And that love I'm thankful for. Because why? Because I'm not from the Middle East. I'm not from the Middle East, where this originated from. I'm not a Jew, the nationality of my Savior. I'm a millennial and a woman, despite a faith that came from first century patriarchal society. And yet I am loved. I'm worth dying for, and I'm worth God showing up for in a small pub in Trier, Germany. And he does that for each and every one of us. I'm not special just because I'm special. I'm special because I'm loved by God just as much as you are. And so I want to encourage you to check out the book of Malachi. It's an easy read, short, it's only like 4 chapters. And in this book, it's the last book of the Old Testament, but what we see is kind of a letter written, reflecting the voices of Israel and God through the prophet Malachi. And Malachi actually means my messenger. And so what's beautiful about this is that Israel opens up the conversation, and they're doubting God's love. And God spells it out. He's like, no, my love here is not in question. It's your love. You're the one who has broken the covenant with me, not me. You have cheated. You have there's been false teaching, bad leadership, unfaithfulness of spouses, injustice, and stealing. And so, in the middle of exposing them for their unfaithfulness, Malachi says in chapter 2, verse 10, "But do we not all have one Father? Did not one God create us? Why do we profane the covenant of our ancestors by being made faithful to one another, by being unfaithful to one another?" God loves us so much that his concern is how we treat one another. His word is invested in every heart and soul. There is no discrimination there. He is fully aware that we don't all look the same, or act the same, have passions the same, or skills the same. Those differences are the beauties that he designed. What he does expect is what we do with that love that he has shown us. Are we going to be undiscriminatory in the way that we love others, our neighbors, and those around us? And here's what I know about you. Because I know this is true about me. You were not meant to be uniformed to this world. You were meant to stand out. Romans 12, verse 2 says, "Do not be conformed to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you will be able to test and prove what God's will is, his good, his pleasing, and perfect will." We were not made to conform to the creation, but to the Creator. Our mark is not the women in the magazines, or the men on professional fields, or the CEO of 5 Fortune 500 companies, or even the most popular kid in school. Okay, our mark is and should be Jesus. If we keep that conversation wide open with him, our eyes on him, our hopes in him, our ear on his word, and our identity rooted in his word and who he is, then I think we can prepare a better world for those around us. We need people to stand out. We need his people to stand out, to be the light, to be willing to point others to heaven, even in uncomfortable situations, and to love without discrimination. So, guys, girls, this is the testimony I have to share with you. You know, one of the things that God showed me through those travels was I would meet someone from a certain nation, let's say Italy, okay? And I met a lot of Italians, and it would be like, literally, I would get a marriage proposal just by walking by. I love you. And I started building them up. This common expectation, this is what all Italians must be like. And I was like, God, is this really what Italians are like? And then I would travel and I keep pressing on, like, God, you show me what you want to show me. And then I meet this one guy who was from Italy, and he's like, hey, can we go check this out? Can we go check this out? And I'm like, you want to go together? Like, your group and my group, let's go check these things out. There's this synagogue, or there's this cathedral, or there's this museum. And we traveled together, and I was like, wait a minute, why don't tell me something about it? And so God just constantly was breaking down prejudices or things that were building up, or things that I commonly use to identify people. And so our God is good. And He is so unique. We are all not the same. We're not patterned after another. We are uniquely different. And there is beauty there. And it is our job to see that, to see people through God's eyes. And so that is kind of just what I want to share with you this morning. Is just to keep your eyes open, keep them in, because you are going to probably be led to uncomfortable situations where you're going to have to make choices. And so how can we love one another with humility and by pointing people to heaven? Dear my Father, Lord, we thank you so much for who you are. You are a good God. And I would not want your role. Because I can't imagine the responsibility that you carry, and that passion, that heart, that love you have for your people, for your creation. A heart that desires to see all come in to your house. And so God, I pray that I might be a door to help lead others to you. And I pray that these students would be that same. God, there's things about us that we cannot change, things about us that you would not want us to change. But God, I'm asking for your help in how we love one another in our businesses. That we love each other with the same kind of love that you have for us. And so, Lord, I know you're not asking us all to be uniform. You're asking us to embrace diversity. And I pray that you do that step by step. Guide us, point us in your way. May we also be pointing others to you. So, Lord, we love you and we praise you, and it's your holy and precious name we pray. Amen. Senior faculty.